to everyone present here. So adding on to everyone's inspiring speeches, I wanted to share a little personal narrative on the overall theme. So every journey has a beginning. Mine began when I was 7 years old and very, very confused. My house often sounded like a mini corporate office where official sounding people walked in and out of the office, all because my dad had decided to become an entrepreneur. My mom was constantly whispering in the corner, not now, he's on an important call. Though all I wanted to do was watch the television with at least a little volume on it. It was very, very confusing, right? All those business terminologies, IRDA regulations, profitability models, or insurance agencies, all of it were floating way above my head. But one word really stuck with it, CEO. The word had weight, it had main character energy, and moreover, it sounded like something I really wanted to do. So without really deciding, I just wanted to mirror my dad's role. I wanted a big flashy title beside my name. So I just started watching about different podcasts on the social media. I started mirroring my dad's work. And then came the infamous COVID-19 lockdown, where I started seeing more and more of my dad. The world became a really quiet place outside, but my house got really, really loud. My dad started taking meetings from the dining hall, and it was really, really annoying at some times. I really wanted at least some peace in the house, but I was somewhere inspired inside from what I was seeing in the house. That some sort of ambition sparked inside me. I wanted to really become the role that I thought was once flashy beside my name. So I just thought about it, right? Seeing a lot of podcasts where people with flashy suits, lighting, and just a mic talking about their life, how they're inspiring millions of other people, or watching Shark Tank during lunch and dinner hours. All I could think about was, is it that really easy? Like just pull up Canva, get a LinkedIn account, and then just get millions of connections. Get an idea, get angel investors, and there you go. It's all set, right? But I don't really know. It's a really big delusion era. I would call that like the peak delusion moment of my life. I just thought 3 a.m. lying on my bed, oh, what if I also want to become an entrepreneur? Because look, think about it, right? On the headlines, 30-year-old startup founder bags $100 million from angel investor. Sounds so flashy. How would it sound if India's youngest startup founder from Hyderabad bags the record? That sounds really cool, right? I just thought about that without thinking about the responsibility, the 2 a.m. calls, or any of that sort of stuff. All I could think about was CEO Vansh Jain. So there I started my peak delusional moment, slowly venturing into my own elevated space in my head. So I just randomly pulled out Canva. Instead of searching for a pitch deck, I just searched LinkedIn founder job template. Put my name up there. CEO and founder, I just came up with a flashy logo of a random company, which I don't even remember today. And I just put it up on the profile. It looked so satisfying on that day. And for some reason, I would say that was one of the most memorable days of my life. I just put it up on LinkedIn, made a lot of connections on LinkedIn as if they're all my best friends. Reached out to several angel investors. And at the end of the day, I was really happy with myself. I just thought, oh, I'm just 11 years old, right? But I'm already a startup founder. That's something I should really be proud about. That's what I kept thinking the entire time. Like, I have so many connections on my LinkedIn. I should brag to my friends as well, who were busy, maybe playing Fortnite during the COVID-19 lockdown, or maybe playing some other sport. But what I was doing was completely in an elevated universe. So thinking about this slowly and slowly, as life has always taught us, the truth eventually comes banging around your neck when you don't expect it. So this was 9th grade. I applied to an internship at a sustainability startup, Switch Echo. So Mr. Akshay Deshpande, who was the founder and CEO, just looked at my resume and he arranged for a Google meeting. The first thing he asked, oh, you're a startup founder at this age? What exactly do you do? My mind wandered in that thought. Maybe I should say something smart. So I just get the internship. But I don't know, silence just stuck on the meat. I couldn't literally say anything. The silence was really painful, I believe. But then, Sir didn't say anything about that. He just smiled, but not in a mocking way. He acknowledged the fact. He said, I'm going to give you the internship. Don't be afraid that you're not going to bag the internship. But this will come without the stipend, without the fancy CEO desk work that you imagine yourself to be doing. But you will have to instead do real-life experiences, do hands-on work. so that you can actually fill your LinkedIn profile with stuff that is not fiction. So I just started the internship like that. It was nothing of what I thought. We had to go through separating between PET, HDPE, plastics, segregating waste, learning about which plastic wrapper was made for which purpose, how many microns are there in that. It was nothing of what I'd imagined. And all that just started growing on to me. The person who wanted that flashy title started wanting experience. The person behind me in 7th, I wanted that same person wanted to now aspire to bring impact on the same day. So I think there was one of our Sunday weekly lake cleanups where we had gone. We usually have like Sunday weekly cleanups. So we go pick trash around the Wipro Lake surroundings. So I was just picking up trash. It was really hot. My gloves were really dirty because that's how the usual routine looked like for the 3-month internship. But then this time, I actually saw something that changed my entire course of direction. I saw a fish that was trying to eat a Bisleri water bottle that was in the middle of the lake. We as humans couldn't possibly go and reach there. So being a Marwadi, I tried a jugaad. I saw a nice long stick. I tied a nice plastic cover to it and trying to get the plastic bottle off the fish's mouth. But that didn't work. It just fell onto the lake. Sir didn't really, Akshay sir was like, if you really want to make a change in that, maybe think about experimenting with this. Because in our internship, he never really gave me like a sort of proper task to do. It was more of always experiential-based learning. So I'm really grateful for him for that as well. So I went home. I researched on YouTube, DIY, how to build a water cleanup robot. Everything went over my head. I've never even heard of this. A hull structure, buoyancy, all of that just went over my head. I could remember a little bit of physics concept that maybe I could apply it with, but nothing seemed to connect. So I just thought about it myself. Maybe this is a real opportunity that I can use to use my own knowledge and the own resources that I have to build a solution that could maybe bring an impact. So I just thought about it. This was like one of a memorable experience from before. I was visiting Andhra Pradesh. I saw different farmers using a technology to harvest rice in it. So I just connected 2 different dots in this scenario. I thought about if I could bring the same technology to filter trash from the lakes and then make sure that the same fish that I saw the other day was being rescued from just mistake of us as humans. So I started working on it 3 straight weeks. As soon as I came after school, I rushed straight to my grandmother's room, which was a little make space for me. PVC pipes, cutters, duct tape. There was everything in that room. And I started really working on it. I joined 2 pipes, made a hull structure, like mirroring a sort of ocean cleanups design. And I was really, really proud of the progress that I was making. Finally, after 3 weeks, I made a real prototype of it. I called Akshay sir again. Sir, I built a solution like you had asked me to do so. So we just went to the lake. He's like, sure, Vansh, come on, let's test it out. I was really, really proud of myself that same moment. So continuing, I was really proud of myself in that moment because that was the conviction, the hard work that I had gone through, making that product for 3 days. It felt really, really happy in my own self when I had seen the product that I had come up with. So I just went to the lake, very happy with my progress, took my parents along with me. My entire family was really, really proud of my innovation. We all just went to the lake. We set the body into the lake to sail and collect water. I was controlling it from my phone, and my mom was recording the video. But as soon as it went to the center of the lake, it just collapsed. My emotions that day were it wasn't about just the robot collapsing. It was the messy room, the hard work that had gone behind the work. And instead of just giving up, Akshay sir again told me one more thing. Once I think you should understand what happened behind the failure instead of regretting what happened. Because I believe this was my first proud moment that I had thought for myself. So I went back to the drawing board. I thought about, oh, this could be because of the wind currents that made it blow over because the shape was really bad. So I thought about what can I change? So again, the process started. But this time, I was thinking about what I could make change also to it. So this time I had so much conviction in myself because of the failure that I had seen. I used this as my personal project topic, applied to several robotics competitions for it, and worked really, really hard on it. I spent days working on it with my research mentor. Days and days went by. Hardware store. There was no hardware store that is left in Hyderabad I didn't visit to find a particular mesh find the correct size of pipes. I talked to every single supplier and went to a website called India Mart, which I never even heard of before. All of this eventually led me to creating my final product, the prototype number 2. So for this, I was really scared first because obviously my last prototype had failed. I went to my swimming pool in my community to test it out. And as soon as I set it sail in the water, I breathed a sigh of relief because it was floating. I was actually working. I was really, really happy that day again. So I called Akshay sir again. Sir, I really worked on it this time, and I think I should take this chance again. So I would say like in a moment of utmost curiosity and feeling of proud, I went to the lake again. I started recording from the moment I set it sail. I still had a little bit of fear in my mind. What if it sinks again? So I just went sailing on the river, and I was just thinking about it, like, what would happen if this falls again? But it didn't. It actually, in fact, is still working as we speak today, collecting 10,000 kilograms of waste from Wipro Lake. And I believe this is something that I believe every single future change maker should believe in. You don't need a flash title to really make change in your own lives. You just need a problem that annoys you and doesn't let you sleep. You don't need a promise or like permission to do something to bring change in the society. All you need is some bit of conviction, some bit of reality, and some sort of purpose behind what you're trying to do. This is what was really an entrepreneurship journey for me. It wasn't just seeing my dad, who is a really successful entrepreneur. It was being a budding entrepreneur in my own self, where learning was not actually the flashy title that I thought about myself for. But instead, it was about the experiences, the learnings, and the moments that I'd overcome throughout the past 2 years to come up with the one single product, which today also I'm really grateful for. So, one message I want to deliver before going off for the day is that I think we, the youth of the nation, especially should focus on understanding that we are the frontiers of change making, right? We need to understand that one failure cannot exactly decide what will be the course of direction that you want to pursue. It's more about having the self-passion in yourself and the belief that is also a part of the society that you live in and the purpose that you're trying to achieve. And sometimes I think impact creation matters more than the purpose that you're trying to solve. So I think whenever now I look forward to solving a problem in my life, I look towards the impact at the present stage, not about the outcome of it or the accomplishments that I'll achieve after setting it sail or maybe achieving something in my life. So this is a few learnings that I thought that maybe would inspire a few other young change makers like me to innovate, change, and also deliver for the betterment of the society. Before I finally walk off the stage, I would like to thank a few people who have really made me understand and shaped me into the character I am today. Firstly, my parents, my mother and my father, and also my sibling. I believe that throughout this entire journey, there was not one single day where I thought that they would give up on me. They had to fold. I remember folding the car seats to put my robot in. Such a tiring work. But my dad did it with a sense of smile on his face because he was doing it because he believed in me. I think that one belief that a person has in you can actually bring a lot of change in the life that you're trying to pursue. And secondly, I would like to thank my research mentors, Mr. Akshay and Mr. Alankar, who were really part of this process for me. And they're actually the change makers who made me understand what I can do through impact creation instead of just pursuing an ambition without any impact on it. And lastly, I would like to thank my teachers, especially my head of school and my principal. So from day one in 9th grade, they've been nurturing me with providing me with endless opportunities. I believe that so many schools like this, like Manchester and Srinidhi, are really providing the students with opportunity like this stage, where students have the power and the curiosity that they bring amongst their own fellow members of the community to actually understand that. I think is main thing is understanding the problem and then also delivering impact through it. And lastly, I would like to thank a few close people who have joined me today here to support me. They have also been a silent part of this journey, and I believe it's time for me to acknowledge them. And thank you everyone for today. And it was really inspiring for me to hear everyone speaking and all the speakers who came here and joined me today. Thank you so much for the opportunity once again. Thank you.